So as we've mentioned today, today's objective here in our webinar today is to talk about bridging the gap. And typically, there's always a focus on the strategic side, and the executives want to look at how well are we performing against strategic goals and objectives. And that's a real strength of the HP Executive Scorecard. That allows you to have that balanced scorecard view, multiple dimensions, and then be able to set up your overall strategic objectives, and then track your ability to actually meet or exceed those strategies. In addition to that, organizations really want to be able to then view what's going on from an operations perspective that's driving those strategic outcomes. And so what we've been able to highlight here today is some of the innovation that we've applied to bridge that gap. Before we jump right in, I just want to provide a brief introduction to the HP Executive Scorecard. We kind of like to liken the scorecard solution as a performance management system, and it really supports that executive level reporting and balanced scorecard views. And you can see here there are multiple out-of-the-box key performance indicators, and these indicators were identified and put together based on surveying over 150 CIOs to identify what were some of their key performance indicators that they need to manage their business on a day-to-day basis. So it's combining that balanced scorecard across all the different domains in IT with a financial planning capability for IT to be able to really start to look at the cost of service as we're moving towards a service broker model, as well as being able to just see the core budgets, cost allocations, et cetera, that you would look at as well. So we look at it collectively as a overall IT performance management system. As an example of that system here, I can start off here and have my overall strategic view, which is related to the CIO or other executives in the organization. And that's really going to be that high-level view of our top 5 goals and how are we doing at achieving those. And then I can also then cascade the goals that might be supporting achieving those top 5 goals. So for example, we can look at the VP of Applications, and he or she can have his or her goals and objectives that would relate and roll up into the strategic goals and objectives associated with the CIO. Same thing here with the VP of Operations, Chief Security Officer, as well as the Project Management Office. And so it gives a great way, say for a CIO, to see how you're meeting your top 5, but then being able to cascade and view how the application group is doing, or quickly see how we're doing in operations. And so it gives all of the key leaders in the organization visibility into each other's goals and objectives and overall performance. Next, I want to provide a few examples of some of the innovations that we have done here at ResultsPositive. So as part of our BI, Big Data practice, we've had an opportunity to pull together multiple solutions for customers, as well as pull together a solution that many organizations are starting to get value from today. And so what you're seeing here on the left-hand side, you're seeing some examples of some of the out-of-the-box capabilities in the Executive Scorecard. And then what you're seeing here in these dashboards, this is a real-time dashboard that's pulling from a particular system or service, and it's pulling from many different data sources in real time. And so this is an Xcelsius dashboard. In this case, we're just showing it within a frame there in Executive Scorecard, but here again, the organization could use that as a separate view outside of the scorecard. And so what makes this unique is that we're bringing in data from HP's Business Service Management solution, but we're also bringing it in from various other third-party solutions. And so with this particular example, I'm looking at the specific system here, and down here I'm looking at various services. And so each one of those services or application, I'm getting a view into the network and getting a view into the application or even into the infrastructure. So I'm getting multiple views here. Also here what we're showing is a great way to start communicating the value of business service management and monitoring to the business. Here we're looking at overall availability of this particular system or application, or it could be a business service. And so everything looks good except for the couple of areas here that are showing in red. And this is kind of highlighting the use of the algorithm that we've set up so that if we happen to have some outages in there, that would highlight revenue that will be lost. At the same time, where we don't have outages, we're able to highlight the revenue that the system application as well as the monitoring crews were to enable and to support to allow that revenue to come into the organization. So it's a great way to show the value of the investments here from a reporting perspective, but also a great way to show the value of business service management and monitoring that's going on with IT operations. Next, we have an example here from a customer where we're bringing in some of that BSM information in more of the out-of-the-box manner, using the out-of-the-box different views here, as well as being able to pull in third-party service management information. So in this case, we're bringing in third-party information via or from ServiceNow, as well as then bringing in HP's business service management information and giving one consolidated view into overall performance. So that's been very, very well received and a great solution for our customer. Next, just to highlight another example here is where we're looking at more of an operational real-time view, showing some of the UI mashup that we'll be highlighting today that really helps to bridge the gap. So you can see here, we're starting to look at the overall scorecard of a particular business or suite of applications, and I can see the overall KPI performance. But then over here, we're actually using the UI mashup, and we're actually bringing the information directly from BSM and showing BSM here within the UI mashup frame right within the scorecard. And so this way they can get that real-time information and then drill into that as well. And so that's been very key for customers wanting to bridge the gap, understanding they want to show the strategic view, but at the same time they want to be able to show and give their users access to the operational view.